Damn. It's crazy. That's freaking insane, man. Oh, yeah. That's insane. So, my streaming delay, bro. I don't know what's going on with this. Hey, what's up? Hello, hello. Oh man, I've been having so much trouble with this thing here. I don't know what's going on. My stream, it's like delayed. I don't know what's going on, but I apologize. I just need to like set everything here. What's up, Jen? I started watching that 3 hour podcast with Jesse Michaels and Chris Bledsoe. It's pretty good. Yeah, there's a lot of claims out there about this whole Chris Bledsoe, and there's a lot of people that believe Chris Bledsoe is faking a lot of things. I don't know. Um, whether it's real or not, I have my own stuff here, so but I don't know. But a nice second lag. Yeah, I don't know why. Like I fix everything here on my OBS and I put it to 1 second delay. But still it's like still giving me this problem. I don't know what it is. Have I ever thought of a co-host? Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start doing that pretty soon. I just need to set everything up here on YouTube because I'm moving my brand because I started on TikTok like streaming and things like that. But I like TikTok right now. It's not a good place to be, as far as content creator, because like it's gotten worse. So I'm moving like my stuff here to YouTube, and I have to get used to like everything new here, like OBS and things like that. So, but yeah, I'm gonna be doing that too. I do it on TikTok all the time. So am I streaming on TikTok too? No, Jen, I'm only here on YouTube right now. So um yeah, it's right now, Jen, TikTok is not a good place to be honest. You know, I mean, if you're not doing videos or you're not a content creator, then yeah, I mean, TikTok is still fine. But for content creators like myself and, and other people that makes videos and things like that, it's not a good place to be right now because, there's a lot of censorship, especially with the topic we talk about, right? The UFO phenomena and like monetizing your content on TikTok right now, it's really bad. So a lot of people are leaving TikTok, and it's not just like UFO content creators, it's like overall a lot of content, like a lot of people that makes videos and things like that. So yeah, it's definitely changing a lot. Yeah. I just got to strike on YouTube for the third party when it was fair use YouTube ad. Have you tried Rumble? Rumble, I haven't tried Rumble. I do have an account, I think. But you know, um I'm just here on TikTok right now. I'm just, I'm trying to start my community here on YouTube. I do have a community here. It's a little bit small. I have like about 800 subscribers. On TikTok, I almost have 100,000 subscribers, 100K. So I have a bigger audience on TikTok, but not a lot of people from TikTok comes to YouTube, So um but I guess that's all depends on people, right? And their preference. So yeah, I just gotta figure out why my stream it's like delayed 9 seconds. So like I said, I apologize if you don't hear like my response really quickly. It's because the stream takes, I don't know, 9 seconds. I just have to see what's going on with this tomorrow. But anyways, we're here, right? We're here to talk about the phenomenon. We're here to talk about UFOs. We're here to talk about people's experiences. We're here to talk about, you know, um, trans-dimensional entities. We're here to talk about orbs, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, yeah, sure. That's a normal lag for YouTube, really? Okay. I think I saw that you posted on TikTok that you were gonna be over on this platform, so that's how I knew to come over. And yeah. So, Jen, TikTok, it's fine. Like I said, if you like want to scroll down and see videos and things like that and see what's going on, but for the thing that we're doing, you know, um, the UFO phenomenon, it's like we're getting shut down really, really bad. So, I can't really spend the time on a platform where you can be free. You know what I mean? So, I wanna talk about things that I wanna talk about, without being afraid to, get shut down, or if like, because a lot of the times they shut down the stream, right? Like if you say certain things, like the deep state and things like that, and you start talking about the government and the secrecy and all of that. So, but here on YouTube, it's a little bit more. You got a little bit more freedom. So you have the latest on the Boogasphere. Yeah. So I'm just like looking around here, see what's going on in the UFO community. There's not a whole lot, to be honest. David Grush did an interview recently, and he talked about many things. He talked about that, they're being shut down, um, about the UAP. They like they're trying to get more information from the government, like from people in the government, like videos and images and just documents, right, about the UAP situation, and they're getting shut down. So he talked about that. He talked about the legacy program. He talked about the deep state, which I kind of like that part, because finally, like somebody it's calling this thing out on TV, right? You don't hear a lot of people talking about the deep state and things like that. So I think that was a pretty good interview. um he talked about Dick Cheney, James Clapper, and other things, but I think it was pretty cool. There won't be a message for all mankind of any type, but they ran with that. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Representative Luna. Representative Anna Paulina Luna tells the Meggie Kelly. What is that her name? Maggie Kelly? The Maggie? That's a weird name. Show that UAPs are real and they have been denied access. Well, yeah, of course, we've been knowing this for a long time. They're the they're the they're denging us the actual imagery. The pushback that we have received has been so incredibly obvious. Of course. I mean, what can you I mean, that's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Like if you're going after, see, you got to put it this way: the UFO phenomenon, it's like a diamond on the rough, okay, for these people, for the deep state, and that is the most precious thing that they have, is that the secrecy, the alien bodies and the alien technology and the UAPs, the alien reproduction vehicles, and like all of that. It's like so precious for these people, and they will not give it up so easy. So that's why they're having a problem right now with the whole UAP Disclosure Act bill, because a lot of politicians are shutting that down. One of them is Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell is shutting it down, and I'm just wondering how much money they're getting paid, because I'm pretty sure they're getting money. These politicians are being bought by the deep state, right? You got the Lockheed Skunkworks, you got EG&G, you got Raytheon, you got JPL. You have these, private contractors who are willing to pay off these politicians. One of them is Mitch McConnell. We just learned not too long ago that he was the one who shut the UAP bill down. So it's it's a really hard thing to do, you know. And I don't think they have a chance. I don't think Representative Luna, Tim Burchett, Eric Burlinson have. I don't think they have a. I think I know they like. I know they have what it takes. I know they do, but um, it's just so hard, man. You know, so hard, so hard. They are obligated to obey. Yeah, yeah. So let me pause this right quick. I want to listen to this.
Watch the latest documentary. You think, is everybody nuts? Like, are they all in on it? Is it like me? But I've heard you talk about this so many times, matter of factly on Joe Rogan and in the halls of Congress. I believe you, and I believe you believe it. And having watched this documentary, now I believe it too. Boy, if it's a lie, they got a lot of storied scientists to spew a bunch of nonsense at risk to their own careers and reputations about it. You've run the hearings, you've talked to countless guys who have been investigating this for years. What's your conclusion?
Look, we, especially from a national security perspective, want to know why it is that if these things or if whatever this is real, why is it, first of all, that members of Congress who serve as the oversight authority for the civilian arm, really the American people, are being denied access to the videos and photos of what we displayed in that hearing? Megan, Representative Burleson had that video dead dropped to him. It was scrubbed with any I guess, data that could point to who gave the information to him. But that
Yeah.
is a confirmed real video. And as you were seeing, that is a type of footage that, unless it is basically leaked to us, we're being denied access to.
Is she talking about the is she talking about the Hellfire missile video? Is that what she's talking about? Because if that's what she's talking about, I heard Dr. Greer, he came out and said that these Hellfire missile, um it was real, but like the I don't know what it was. It was an orb or some type of plasma object or something like that. Well, Stephen Greer said that that was probably man-made. That's what Dr. Greer is claiming, that that plasma thing, orb or whatever it was man-made, and it was placed there to see what the military would do about it. So technically, these people, like the deep state, they're playing little games with the military, right? Just to see what can they do about it. You know what I mean? And I guess just to kind of like put these, these story out there, oh my gosh, the Hellfire missile, and they, uh, it's like, I don't know, to be honest, man. If it's real, the video is real, but I don't know about the object, you know? There is so many weird shit out there, man, I'm telling you. There's so many weird stuff out there in the UFO world, right? It's so hard to tell what's real and what's not, you know? Um, but I think that's what she's talking about here, that Hellfire missile.
Specifically out of the Department of War. Now, this goes way back to last Congress, actually, when myself, Representative Gates, and Representative Burchett had actually done a field hearing following up on two whistleblowers, or a few whistleblowers that had come forward to Representative Gates' office that were pilots at Eglin Air Force Base, alleging that the U.S. government was covering this up. Of course, when you hear something like that, you're like, all right, you've seen this in sci-fi films or heard rumors about this, but never dealt with it directly. And then basically in a nutshell, Representative Gates, Burchett, and I went out to Eglin. And of course, they tried to cancel the meeting. We got the meeting back on. And then once we were there, we were actually denied access. We got into a massive fight with the base commander. We went in and out of the skiff. And
God
then
damn.
ultimately, without saying too much, part of how we got some of the information that we did is I actually had asked one of the witnesses to draw for me the photograph or the image of this thing that was essentially being denied to us. So they're denying us the actual imagery, but the military officer was able to actually draw it for me, of which I'm sure they didn't think that we were going to ask them to do that, but we did. And again, even dating back to my own military experience, there was one point when I was stationed at Portland Air National Guard prior to leaving active duty. And at that point in time, there was an airspace incursion that had taken place that some of the pilots had been talking about. One specifically, I said, what is this thing specifically? Are you able to describe it? He couldn't. He got kind of spooked talking about it. And that's in my opinion, he definitely ran into a UAP or saw a UAP or they're chasing one.
Yeah.
But that is not the first time that we've had pilots in fear of losing their flight status for coming forward with this information. So I kind of started as a skeptic, but after leading into the investigations, after seeing some of the footage.
I think, you know what? Um, I think we need like whistleblowers that are scientists. I think that's what we need. I think we need like physicists and like people that work with physics, right? People that are literally underground working with extraterrestrial technology and maybe building these UAPs or something like that. We need those type of people to like really come out and like speak about this. You know what I mean? I think that's what we need. you know, um, we don't need a lot. We don't need more witnesses like fighter jet pilots and things like that. I think we need like scientists and these people that work with physics, to really come out and speak about this, right? I'm pretty sure the Lockheed Martin, EG&G, Raytheon, they have, a lot of scientists. I'm pretty sure they do, on the ground working on these things 24/7 or however they do it. I think we need those type of people, to be honest. But then you may say, oh well, if they come out and if they speak about this, then other countries or like Russia and China, they're gonna take notes and they're going to trying to steal it from the United States or whatever. That's where a lot of people gets confused. Like the deep state is not a country. The deep state, it's actually a globally type of thing. These people don't have citizenships. Like they don't obey the laws of other countries and here in the United States, basically. So that's what the true deep state is. They have their own military, they have their own stuff, like they have their own everything. So they control the oil system, the oil industry. They control the pharmaceutical industry. They control the food industry. I mean, they control everything. But the most precious thing they have is the UFO phenomena, because this is something else. You're dealing with extraterrestrial technologies. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what the deep state is. We have had them. They are being killed. See, recent death of mid professor. Oh, really? I didn't know about that. 90 days on 30 days off. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Bob Lazar, like when Bob Lazar came out in 1990 or 1989, right? That's when Bob Lazar came out as a first-hand whistleblower, and he spoke about this, right? He talked about Area 51. He talked about S4. He talked about Element 115. He talked about that, yeah, there is flying saucers, and they are reverse engineering these technologies, right? Bob Lazar talked about this a long time ago, so this is nothing new, right? So, but These people gotten so strong, I'm telling you. It's just I think it's too late, to be honest, to be dealing with these people. You know, you have um a very weak Congress when it comes to the UFO phenomenon. For everything else, yeah, taxes and bills and like laws and things like that, they're okay with that. But when it comes to the UFO phenomenon, they're too weak. I'm sitting on a underground entrance every first of the month. The program in Russia is the same program in the US. Society, not a Nazi thing, a Mason thing worldwide. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It's worldwide. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so that's Representative Luna, man.
कहाँ दिख रहा है कहाँ है ये तो
Representative Luna. Let me. Oh, never mind. Let me show you something. Let me see what I got here. I don't think I have it. Um, but yeah, what else is going on here? Oh, we've seen this already. What's this?
It's the age old question that has fascinated humans for centuries and continues to. Are we alone in the universe or even on our own planet? My next guest says not only are UFOs, or now they're called UAPs, unidentified anomalous phenomena, that's hard to remember, but UAPs, real, but the government has allegedly been aware of them for decades and running a disinformation campaign to make you feel like an idiot.
Actually, she said like an idiot. Actually, not for decades. It's longer than that. Because if you think about it, right? If you go back in time, like ancient times, there is scriptures, there is tablets, there is paintings, there is books and so on about people's experiences back in ancient times, ancient civilizations, right? The whole Anunnaki, right? Enoch, Ezekiel, um, just about the whole freaking ancient times. You know what I mean? So we've been knowing this for a long time. This is nothing new. It's nothing new. It's just now it's more like out there. But if you look through time and you see these paintings, these carvings all around the world, right? You know, you can see that people have been in contact with these extraterrestrials for a long time. People were seeing things back then, right? They drew things on the walls and paintings, about these things that are flying in the skies and things like that. So this is nothing new. This is very old. So it's like I said, it's just like now it's more popular, because you have a lot of new people in the UFO world and they are very interested on this topic now. So like it's more popular. So yeah, it seems like the evidence is kind of there. It's been around forever. Yeah, yeah. There's actually a lot of evidence, Jen. There's a lot of evidence. Um, you know, I mean, for example, like if you go to India, right? If you go to these temples in India, you have these monuments, you have these carvings on the walls and things like that. Like people were doing these things, because they were seeing, things. They were seeing beings. They were seeing these things that are flying in the skies. So if you go to Asia, the same thing, South America. So I mean, it goes way back. So there is evidence for sure, 100%. So first UFOs man-made track back 1870s. Damn, really? We had man-made UFOs in the 1870s, 1800s? Are you sure about that? I don't know about that. I don't know. I never heard of that before. I know that we started manufacturing UAPs, um, you know, like the typical flying saucer, like in the 1960s, 50s. We started, rep like duplicating these things, and we started using, like, we were trying to stabilize gravity in the 1950s, late 50s, early 60s. That's when we started like stabilizing gravity. That's why, like, when you see videos, like old videos of these UFOs, these flying saucers, they're like wobbling and they're going back and forth and they're like not stable. That's us. That's them, not us, like me or you guys, but like that's them. They were trying to stabilize gravity. That's why they were moving so badly. But now, since they, you know, broke the code, right? Now when you see these UAPs, they don't even make sound. They don't even make this. They don't even make a noise. And sometimes when you see them, they're like sitting still. So, um, yeah, I don't know about the 1800s, man. Too much to cover in the chat. Yeah. I have a lot of things too. Like, for example, let me see if I can pull it up. Like, I have these let me show you what a really old UFO looks like, or flying saucer looks like. Um I'm trying to find my files. Let's see. There you go. All right, let me show you what an old flying saucer looks like. My computer, it's like very slow. OBS, it's like literally taking my whole CPU. Where are you? I have a lot to share. Will you have me as a guest? StreamYards. You have photos too? Yeah, yeah. I have all kinds of stuff, man. I have a lot of stuff here. I'm just trying to see where, man, I need to like, oh, there we go. Okay, so this is what, let me see. This is what it looks like. So this right here was recorded in 1965. And this is one of ours. This is one of ours right here. This is like we were trying to stabilize. How do you say that? Stabilize. Stabilize. We were trying to stabilize um, gravity. In 1965. That's why these man-made flying saucers. That's why they're wobbling and going side to side because we didn't have enough knowledge on how to do that. But we did it. We fixed that, or they did it, right? They found how it works. That's technically you know technically what they're doing here is they are that is electrogravitic version. Yeah, technically what they're trying to do here is they're trying to you know they're trying to break that barrier, between time and space, like a distortion, you know what I mean? So, and they're trying to stabilize gravity. So once you have the power to stabilize gravity, man, you can do so many things, you know? That's called reverse engineering, you know what I mean? Um I have so many other videos too, man. So many of them. But this is one of them. Now I do have a real ET craft, and this one right here, it's from Milan, Italy, actually. This is from Milan, Italy. This is early 2000s, early 2000s. This one, it's amazing. This is one of my favorite ones for sure. Milan, Italy. I don't think this one is man-made at all. This is not man-made. You can really tell the difference between a man-made flying saucer or alien craft and a real ET craft. You can tell the difference. The man-made ones, they have like seams and welding parts and things like that. You can tell it's man-made. But when you see something that is really smooth, no windows, just um it's amazing. Would you like to join broadcast? You can give me a link. We can probably do it tomorrow. Right now, I'm gonna make these live stream a little bit short tonight. So pretty much what it is like a test, okay? Because I'm trying out the software OBS. Um, because like I said, I usually do not stream with OBS. I stream with the TikTok Live Studio app. That's what I use, and I was used to that for almost 3 years. But now, since I'm moving to YouTube, I need to learn how to actually, you know, uh, I just need to learn a lot of things about this. Like for example, like the delay thing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's 9 seconds delay. I changed it for 1 second, but I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Um, so yeah, guys. So I am gonna go now. It is 9 o'clock where I'm at right now. Um, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna be a long stream. So but tonight it was just like a test. I wanted to try this thing out and see, you know, how it works, and see, like, this extra stuff. So how about I'll give you my email? I have better software for broadcasting. I can help you if you wish. Yeah, sure. Send me a message. Do you have Discord? Do you use Discord? Hey Jen, you have a good night. Thank you. Yeah, because if you have Discord, you can I can give you my Discord and I can get you in here. You know. Discord is really bad. Well, um, I don't know, man. Yeah, send me a message. I have my socials on here on YouTube. Just look it up. All right, guys. So I am gonna go now and email above. Yeah, let me. All right, man. Thank you for that. I'll send you an email. All right, man. You guys have a very good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be pretty interesting. So yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. All right, man. You guys have a very good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. I'm joined now by the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg. Pete, thanks so much for coming on. Yeah, thanks for having me. So I want to start first and foremost with this tragic and unnecessary shooting and killing in that down.